Forgive me, y'all, for not coming to you with this message earlier today. Had a lot on my plate today, and I woke up late, and just be honest. Today I want to talk to you about faith, and the thing that has been a kind of revolving topic that has come up in my life the past couple days has been faith and having anticipation in the Lord coming through for you. Yesterday when I was in church, the sermon was about the lepers who were waiting for Jesus, and the pastor came from Luke, and he discussed how, they waited in anticipation, and then even after they met with Jesus, they still had work to do. So they still had to exercise their faith in order to truly receive the blessing that God had for them. And I just want to talk to you guys real quick about the areas in your life where you may need to exercise your faith a little bit harder than you may have been, because it's too many times we have this mindset that God's going to give us this big blessing and we're going to do this little bit of work. So for me today, I want you guys to reference Luke chapter 7 verses 48 and 50, and this is from the story of the woman who lived a life of sin, and she knew that Jesus was visiting the Pharisee's house. I believe it was Simon, and she came in and she washed his feet with her tears, and she dried them with her hair, and then she poured the oil from her alabaster box onto him. Luke 7 verses 48 and 50. Then Jesus said to her, "Your sins are forgiven." Jesus said to the woman, "Your faith has saved you. Go in peace." And when I read that, it really rings to me, and it takes it home for me, because our faith is what keeps us. Our faith in God is what is going to take us through the day and get us to that next level in our lives. And too many times we sell ourselves short, and the faith that we have in God, we have like this hope for God that is kind of like a worrywart. Like, oh, I'm hoping God's gonna show up. We don't have that anticipation, knowing that our God is a God that always shows up. It may not be on the time that you think, it may not be on the time that you want in that moment, but trust me and trust God, it will definitely be when He wants it for your life. And that's something that I had to learn for myself pretty much the hard way. So when I see this particular verse saying how your faith has saved you and that your sins are forgiven, basically because this woman was exercising her faith, knowing that if she came to Jesus as humbly as she could, with a clean heart, that she was going to get what she was seeking. We don't keep that same attitude today most of the time, and it's sad because we really need to. In this day and age, in 2018, the climate of this world, with everything that is going on, trust and believe we really need to ante up our level of faith and believing and trusting that God is going to come through and make a way like He always has and He always will. I've preached this over and over again, that we need to make sure God is in everything, because our God is in all things God, not just He's a sprinkle over here and a little sprinkle over there. God is in everything. He's in all things. So exercise your faith in all things when it comes to trusting Him. And that's what I'm really trying to get us to all understand today. And then that final tidbit, to go in peace. I will admit that I was in a place for a very long time where I was not at peace. I wasn't happy with anything that was going on in my life, and every little thing stressed me out. But I turned all that around by reestablishing my faith in God and putting Him first in all things that I do, and recognizing that because I am a man of this world, sin is around me. Sin, I've been exposed to it, and I will sin. But I won't beat myself up about it, because I'm going to continue to seek God and wholeheartedly humble myself to make sure that I'm living according to His will as best as I can. So even when I fall short of glory, I surrender that to God. And the things that I know that I need to work on, I'm bringing to Him, because I want to exercise my faith as hard as I possibly can. I want to be like those lepers who anticipate God, and then even though they didn't get what they had sought Him for right then and there, they continue to maintain their faith all the way up until they got to the priest house so that he could check them for their leprosy being removed. I want to have that same faith of this woman who lived a life of sin, and she said, you know what, I'm gonna just take what I have and come to Jesus and surrender it all at His feet. That's what we gotta do sometimes. We need to have that level of faith every day in everything that we do, and I can attest to it having a dramatic change in my life, and I truly appreciate it. I truly appreciate the spiritual journey that I've been on and the growth and maturity that has been revealed in my life. And I pray that over you. I truly, truly pray that, you get that opportunity and you feel encouraged and empowered to exercise your faith in all things and surrender them constantly to God, because He's going to take care of it so that you can get to a point where your life is peace. My life is in peace right now. Not peace is, in peace. And I have joy. I'm happy. This weather could go somewhere, but I truly have reached a point of peace in my life, and I am grateful for the relationship that I continue to grow with God. Work on your relationship with God, and I pray that you receive that peace and grace that God has for you in the first place. So y'all be blessed, and I will see you next time.